We're out here on our morning Sunday stroll to get the newspaper.
Yeah, it's not too bad this morning. It's really clear skies, pretty Carolina blue.
Yep.
Birds are doing their thing.
Yep. We had rain overnight, but I think the 7-day doesn't show much chance of rain, and we're gonna have highs in the low 80s, which for June is good for us. And I don't think we're gonna be complaining about the weather too much this week.
Of course, the problem is with sun like this, that grass is gonna grow. It's like, God, I have to cut it like once a week.
Oh, sorry, Donnie.
Killer.
You don't cut the grass here, you risk running into snakes when you walk through the grass.
Well, the snakes don't bother me.
Well, they don't bother me if I see them from 3 feet away and take pictures of them. But if they're, if I step on one, I'm gonna be bothered.
I don't walk in the grass. I just, they don't bother me.
Me and the cats, we care. I fussed yesterday about there not being any mail at 3:30 on a Saturday. That was way late.
Yeah.
And yep, no sooner Johnny and I get up to the house and he came. So usually we run back out and grab it if we know that happens. But yesterday, I guess we forgot.
I was cutting the grass.
Yeah. Should have put it on top of the lawnmower and pushed that box back to the house.
It was raining.
Raining.
Remember what?
In the rain.
In the rain.
Yes, she did. So the hawk babies are gone from the nest, although I know you can't see it, but I can actually see one of the adults in the tree behind the tree with the nest right now, surveying. I hear them around this morning. They've been making a good bit of noise, but they have fledged. They are no longer tied to the nest. Hey buddy, did you not know we walked the driveway? You sitting up here on your throne, hanging? I don't think he saw we went. Hey buddy, that's a good boy. And there's Slatey.
Yeah, here you go, sweet pea, all done.
Yum.
Yum, yum. That's right. Let me put oh, you don't get cheese.
That's right, I've not been lately putting cheese on it. So we browned a couple pounds of sausage this morning, unseasoned, and then put our own seasoning in it. It's gotten to be 2 o'clock on Sunday afternoon. Well, first off, we didn't get up particularly early, 9-ish something, and then we had a casual breakfast, and then all of our YouTubes, and then some computer time researching and looking stuff up, and it just got to be 2 o'clock. But Johnny and I are headed to town. I need several things from Walmart, especially laundry detergent, and we're going to walk around a bit. The longer I sit on the couch, the more pain the sciatic nerve on my right side causes me. And so right now I'm pretty desperate to be up and walking around and try to get the pain to lessen. Not sure where else we'll head. Don said he's probably going to wash Ruby, but not until like after 5, because he never wants to wash her in the full sun or when she's very hot. So I'll probably bring her home, pull her back in the garage. She'll cool down. The sun will go off the parking pad, and then he'll work on her. Well, the Fuquay Arena splash pad is open, and kids are definitely having fun. It's open from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. daily, Memorial Day through Labor Day. So we'll be bringing Johnny back here real soon, even later today if he wants to. But I'm not excited about going out there with the sun so overhead right this minute. Today's picture is a barn swallow taken at Yates Mill a few years back. We're out here enjoying the Walmart Garden Center for a few minutes. Canna lilies, a favorite of the South. Lots of roadside plantings here. I am picking up a marked down Abelia. That is a lot of bubble wrap. Look at it. What are people mailing? I guess moving. They don't have any watermelons left at our local Walmart. None, zero, nada, zip. Come on, they do. Yeah, nice. Johnny ran in search of a watermelon.
All they had was personal watermelons.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, we don't.
Heater.
Okay. He's getting good exercise hunting that watermelon. Tried to explain to him that it's a little early for watermelons to be coming up from South Carolina yet, which is where they grow a lot of them. It's probably Florida or California or down in Mexico somewhere. So, yeah, I hope he finds one in there. If not, I'll take him someplace tomorrow. We'll find a good one. The farmer's market, Mr. Balls again, you know, someplace. I just saw somebody come out with a watermelon in their cart. I think he's going to be a happy camper.
It's done like the Enterprise. Star Trek, Shuttlecraft.
The Galileo. We went a piddly 14 miles today. No big deal going to Fuquay and back. A couple extra grocery store trips and chasing that very interesting Star Trek Galileo decked out car that we saw in town. So not too much. The watt hours per mile came down, although we still had the air cranked pretty good today. But you know, it's an average over the last 15 miles. So you know, the graph over here is certainly trending down, but when you only go a few miles and they're little short hops, it, you know, doesn't have a real good chance to average out there. But you know, really, when you're starting out with an 80% charge at 237 miles and you're just doing a short hop to town that's going to be 10 to 20 miles, do you really care about the efficiency on that trip? I don't think so. I don't care on that little short trip at any point. So last week, Dawn was watching an episode of The Workshop Addict.
Yep, on the YouTube channel. I subscribe to that channel.
And apparently these guys are also into cars besides just workshop tools.
Yeah, they're definitely into cars, muscle cars also. And they started a car care series. And the guy, the first video, these are very short videos. They don't do 30-minute videos. They do 2 to 5 minute long videos, so that you know, they're concise, stay on a subject, and you know, pretty informational. So last week the guy said, you know, get you some of this. He said he talked about the 2 bucket method, you know, the screen in the bottom of the bucket, you know. In fact, he had the same one I had, you know, that kind of stuff, which is, you know, I've been doing that for a while. But he said this stuff, which was available on Amazon, it's a little pricey. It's like $43 for this bottle. It's pricey stuff. He said this is like a paint protector, and it's not a wax. He says it can easily last 6 months, and it's far superior to wax. And he highly recommended it. And he also said in between washings and things like that, that this detailer, this specific one, the Ultimate Quick Detailer by Meguiar's, is the one to get, because this one doesn't have carnauba wax in it. And this one is just some kind of a silicone polymer type thing, but it does not contain any kind of wax or anything in it. So this is a good detailer. So I went on and got them on Amazon, and then they got here. So I'm going to probably in the coming week put these to use on Ruby, because Ruby will be a year old on June 14th, and I have not actually waxed her. I mean, it was waxed from or polished up when we took delivery, and I've been using the car wash and shine, which has a little bit of paint wax, you know, repellent in it. But I'm actually going to try this Wolfgang stuff, so look forward to my video on that. So you know, one of the things I do, one of my I guess I'm a loyal viewer of Jack Rickard's videos, EVTV. It's the Jack Rickard, R-I-C-H-A-R-D, on YouTube. So just search on Jack Rickard, and he's got 400 videos or so out there. They go all the way back to like 2009. I started at the beginning and have started watching them starting in 2009. He did them once a week, and I'm up to October 23rd, 2015. And I have to say, I've learned a lot from Jack about electric vehicles, battery technology, Tesla. He obviously is a Tesla owner. He owns a Model S and a Model 3, but he also has an electric Cadillac Escalade that he converted. He has a Volkswagen Vanagon electric that he converted. He has a Mini Cooper that he converted to electric. I mean, he's a Volkswagen Carmagia, two Volkswagen or two Porsche Speedsters. He's done a lot of electric car conversions, and he shares the mistakes mostly and the successes, but he really wants to share the mistakes that he makes, so that you know, if I was to ever do electric car conversion, I wouldn't have to do it. But anyway, since he's a big fan of Elon and Tesla, but he is you know, he's just not a fanboy per se. He also criticizes Elon and Tesla. But this show, the October 23rd, 2015 show, he's talking about the Model X reveal, which was September 29th, 2015. And he loves the Model X. Jack's very positive on the X, thinks Elon did a great job, you know, very detail oriented. You know, and you could tell the way that the Model X is. So Jack was very positive. He said, you know, it's just the price is of course one of the things that's impacts the acceptance of the Model X. But that was interesting. But this is also the time in which Elon announced that the autopilot. You may not remember, but I think they turned on autopilot was in December of 2015. So this is when they announced that autopilot is coming. Okay, autopilot 1. So Jack's opinion, he gave his opinion on the autopilot, and of course, knowing that Elon had said, you know, someday our cars will be self-driving, you know, totally autonomous. Jack's prediction is that's not going to happen for private individuals. He doesn't. Not that it can't be done. He's very confident that artificial intelligence could drive a car better than he could, and you know, probably could drive it better than most of us. But he doesn't believe it's going to happen because of the insurance. Now, if an autonomous car runs over somebody, who are you going to? If I own an autonomous car and it runs over somebody, who is the family of the one who was run over going to sue? They're going to sue me, or are they going to sue whoever's the manufacturer of the autonomous system? So he doesn't feel like autonomous cars are going to make it because of that. Now, granted, Uber or somebody, a car company, a mobility service company, certainly will have autonomous cars, but private ownership of autonomous cars is going to get hit a snag based on the liability. Insurance companies aren't going to do it. Now, this was, of course, 3 years before Tesla announced that, oh, we're going to sell insurance. So that, you know, he doesn't know that Tesla's going to sell insurance, but I think possibly one of the reasons that the insurance has popped back up here again is in recent news. I forget what website or whatever they talked about the most expensive car to insure is a Tesla Model S. And Elon has said that you know, that the insurance companies are not correctly evaluating the risk associated with a Tesla, especially in self-driving mode, and therefore the insurance rates that they charge are not reflective of that risk. They're charging too much. And so he's come out with a, you know, a partnership deal here in the States to sell insurance. But Jack is basically saying, you know, that Tesla doing insurance might be a way to get full self-driving insured, because you may not be able to buy it from your standard insurance. So anyway, I think it's very interesting that you know, Jack is, you know, this is 3 years ago, is looking ahead, and he's actually seeing some of the things. And the last but not least, he said, as part of the Model X introduction, of course, Elon's going to move on to the Model 3. And again, he's talking in October 2015 here. and he said, you know, he doesn't think that a $35,000 Model 3 will ever be built. He's totally thinking that Model 3s will be built, but a $35,000 one won't. And as I shared with Marianne, which is why she made me do this video, is that, you know, right now Jack's right, because even here in June of 2018, $35,000 Model 3 hasn't been sold yet, and it's not going to happen at the earliest until 2019. Now I think there will be a $35,000 Model 3. I just think that you probably can count the number of $35,000 Model 3s on one hand. Well, time will tell. Waste.
Don's got his dirt catcher in the bottom of his bucket, the one that's supposed to collect all the grit so that it won't get back on the towel you're using when you're washing your car. Hey buddy, you a good boy? Hi bud. Hey Slatey. Oh, stretchy, stretchy. Hey Slate, did you roll over again? Aw, hi bud. While Don's been outside working hard on Ruby, I put together some chicken enchiladas. The air conditioner. How's it going, Donnie?
It's going good. I'm just using my microfiber just running it over the surface just to wick up any water droplets that still hung around after the blow dry.
Gotcha.
Just you know, the blowing doesn't do, you know,
everything.
So it's just a little moisture. So I got my two clean microfibers, and they did the whole car, and they're really not even wet. I mean, they're damp. But now what I'm going to do is get two more or another microfibers with that new fancy spray that I just got, which
It's in the house still, isn't it?
Yeah, I was going to say.
Well, I got chicken enchiladas in the oven.
Yeah, sounds yummy.
She's looking shiny.
Yeah. I wiped down all the door jams and stuff.
Thank you, Donnie. If you didn't hear him, he said he wiped down all the door jams. I was doing all of that prior to it being mosquito season.
Yeah.
Now that it's mosquito season.
I'm on now.
Well, that and the bending is not so good for that sciatic nerve pain. Walking is good, but bending is not so good. While Don's finishing up out there, I think I'll vacuum while he's not in his spot. Yeah, besides, I don't really want to sit down and pile up if he's not piled up with me, so I'll stay busy too.